Hello again, continuing on with the story. Currently we have to find these 3 camps. However, from the nodes it looks like this one is this way and the other 2 are that way. So I think I'm going to go this way first, get it out of the way. And then we'll see. So I can actually... Nope. It's pretty much identical, no matter which way I go, so let's go this way. Well, doesn't actually look like there's a path here, but maybe if I get to this point, more will be revealed. If not, then I just wasted a day or 2 going here. We just have to see. Let's do a quick camping. Nothing needs to change here. Okay. A little bit of healing. Oh, there we go. So the map actually gets revealed as you go. So according to this map, it's straight down. So that should be this one, right? Okay, this is 9. I can scout here. Well, this is not ideal. What if I were to look for supplies instead? Pretty low chance, but kinda have to. Let's see. Well, it's minimal as always, but at least no one was harmed. Okay, out of movement. How's everyone looking? 5 and 8. Yeah, gonna need some more healing supplies here. Okay, need to be careful and efficient here. Yeah, this should be just over here. Then, I don't know. Maybe if I can make my way here to the city, stock back up on supplies. That sounds a little better than pushing on. You know what? I don't think I want to take one more day just to get in here, so how about we march? See where that gets us. Yeah, this should be it. There we go. One of your scouts comes back from a lengthy sweep and immediately comes to report, clearly agitated. There's a camp of sorts out among the dunes, Vagrus, about an hour's walk from here to the southeast. Looks like some kind of bandits. Many have slave brands and tattoos. This is it, so Darius growls upon overhearing the report. Abolitionists, ready your force for the attack. He requires 5 fighters. Take your fighting crew and approach the camp while the rest stays behind with your cargo. Okay. You give the order to your fighters, grab their gear and form up. You are on your way towards the enemy encampment in 5 minutes. This time, the Sergorodites lead the charge, commanded by Siderius, while your force advances right behind them. To avoid being detected early by your foe, you keep to the cover provided by the dunes. But do you remember to check what happens behind you? We have a pretty good chance here. But I'd rather make sure here. Let's boost this a little bit. Success! The attack force is about halfway to the camp when Morven runs to you. You rarely see her this anxious. Vagrus just climbed off from the top of a dune. Me and a few scouts saw a sizable mounted force headed towards where we left the Comitatus. This spells great trouble. You've left some of your crew to defend the beasts, workers and slaves, but a group of fighters on mounts can easily overcome them. Some of you should go back to Warn and aid them. And I would need 2 more outriders. Well, that's unfortunate. Without outriders, your only hope is that the fighters you send back make it in time on foot. Morven and Javek accompany them. The only reason you don't join them is that Siderius categorically forbids you to do so. You learn only later that this act saved most of your comitatus. The defenders bogged down the enemy outriders and your reinforcements crushed them, but only after they caused considerable damage. There are casualties though. Oh boy, lost a worker, 3 slaves, and 3 fighters. Considering that we're going to have to keep fighting, this hits a little too hard. Meanwhile, you and the Sergorodites reach the enemy camp and find it to be smaller than you'd expected. They've been waiting in ambush, however, and you soon find yourself in the thick of it, flanked on both sides by abolitionist fighters. Shouting orders to the fanatic warriors and priests of Sergorod, you plunge into battle. No quarter is given today. Alright, let's see. Oh, and I don't actually have to take my own people. That's actually fairly nice of them. Although Javek might be useful here. Let's see who is the most dangerous one over here. See, the Marauder keeps swinging until missing his mark. Subsequent repeats incur an accuracy penalty. Well, that still can add up quite a bit. Good thing it does low damage, naturally. Okay, javelin throw. Throw a bone javelin with a poison tip. 1 poison damage for 3 rounds. I'm guessing that is armor piercing. Indeed. And the throw itself, I do not like this. Eviscerate, a finishing move, can only be used on targets with less than 50% vitality. And it is pretty damaging with a high crit. So yeah, currently you look like the #1 priority here. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm going to take the Marauder first, then maybe the Spearman, because he's gonna keep harassing everyone. Let's see how this can go. Starting with you. Dang it. Okay, bunch of misses. That's always good. Let's see. Only these two have armor. Okay, if I push the Marauder back, then he's gonna have no choice but use the Javelin throw, which I am not really happy about, but still better, I think. Oh, and this guy can't actually reach. Okay then. That makes it easier. Oh, come on. Alright, priest, what can you do? Unholy smite. Curse. Purge. Cleanses everything from the foe. But it's a melee skill. Okay, retribution. For a friendly. I'm gonna curse you. Only lasts 2 rounds. But that's you taken care of. So that means he has a base 50% hit chance. I don't mind those odds. Let's see. This doesn't do too much damage. I can start with a shattering blow here. Get rid of the armor. Well, that didn't keep going until missing. That was a bit misleading. Okay, let's get you buffed up a little. Oh, and the plus initiative works immediately. That is just perfect. Nice. One health. Let's push you back. Okay, you already have this buff. Do I care to buff anyone else? Okay, you're gonna be next. Sure, let's get a bit of buff going here. Okay, do I want this? Or do I want to cleave? Let's just get rid of you. Come on. There we go. Wait, what? Why didn't you die? Okay, I did not see that one coming. What happened there? Oh, I see. He has Die Hard. 30% chance to immediately get back up. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Frenzy, after you deal damage in melee, you gain +3 initiative, 20% damage for 1 turn. Yeah, you really need to go. Okay, let's see. Oh, and the poison can be resistible. That's also good to know. Well, since you're so nicely at the front. Now, please. There we go. Okay. Now, if I curse you... Does that affect fend off or not? Okay. Nice crit here. No, can't reach that one. Alright. I really hope these aren't going to be the guys we have to keep for every fight. Otherwise I might be in trouble here. Almost there. You are debuffed currently. Let's put the same on you. You know what? You're targeting here, right? So I'm just gonna move back and avoid. Actually gonna skip the turn with you. Okay, what was that? Oh, you can't move for 2 turns. Unfortunate. Let's debuff you again. How hard can we stack? Oh. The other one expired. Okay. Okay, now let's stack. Huh, interesting. So it looks like different debuffs. Nah, or rather, the same debuff from different sources. Don't stack. Okay. You learn something new every day. This guy's almost dead. unfortunate. This one less so. Let's just keep spamming the buffs. And here we go. Wonderful. Against all odds, fighting shoulder to shoulder with fanatic Surgorod worshippers, you manage to turn the tide and defeat your foes. Due to their recklessness, however, many executors lie dead, their steaming blood quickly drunk up by the hot sands. The survivors live up to their name and put the remaining abolitionists to death. Well fought, Vagrus, an exhausted Darius barks at you. If you weren't so worried about the Comitatus, you'd probably react to this compliment, but as it is, you head back as fast as you can. What awaits you there? The Comitatus fought their own battle and prevailed. You count the dead and calm the survivors. Morven and Javek led the defense, so you thank them and make sure that their wounds are treated right away. Cedarius and his cronies return a few minutes later, hauling the supplies and valuables they looted from the abolitionist camp. They give you a fair share of that before taking their place in the line. Cedarius looks outright cheerful, which makes a shiver run down your spine. The workers load the beasts and carts. You are set to leave. We got some grain and some bogweed, which I cannot carry currently. Okay, which would be worth more? Bogweed or grain? I think I'm gonna go with the grain. Leave this one. I cannot drop the scrap metal, since that is the main quest. Okay, let's see. Got 400 supplies, grain, extra scrap metal. Oh, didn't even notice that. Bogweed, some dwarven gadgets, medical supplies. I see, so doing these would keep me afloat with supplies. But not with fighting force, unfortunately. Kinda feels like I would need to touch Larnok here. Get some more fighters and then move. Let's see. Okay, everything is fine here. Your crew grumbles. It is not a rare thing, as there is always a reason to grumble. But this time, they bitch and moan about not getting paid, which is a fairly good reason, if there was any. You notice the signs and are quite aware that it cannot go on like this forever. Otherwise, the least unsettling thing that happens is that they start leaving. Then they are going to steal your belongings too. And there are much, much worse alternatives. Just keep in mind to pay their due. Yeah, we got quite a bit of upkeep here. Okay, even losing those workers and slaves weren't a problem workforce-wise. But I feel like I really want to get some more fighters. Okay, this is 2 or 3 days away. And this is 3 days away. I think I might hit this one. And depending on how it goes, go down and then continue here. Let's see. Have to go this way. Should be around here somewhere. Okay, let's see. Oh boy, so either I go upwards, try to see if I can get there from here, or go downwards. Technically I should go down, I think. This is a bit tricky. Let's do a little scouting. See if there is anything here. Pretty decent chance of succeeding. Let's see, going backwards. 1% chance of some event. Okay, let's go down, I think. Little better chances for foraging. Was it the wrong move? We shall see. Gonna camp for tonight. Yeah, morale keeps dropping here. And vigor too, since we've been on the move for so long. Okay, 10 and 6. Still some ways to go. Well, now that because we have fewer, our chances are also worse. We just have to deal with that. Okay. Yeah, I kinda messed up. From the looks of it, it's gonna be right here. Well, as someone wise once said, fuck that noise. Let's move down to the city first. Yeah, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble if morale keeps dropping here. Excuse me? Well, I didn't expect that. So, apparently, the prologue doesn't allow me to move that way. Fine then. Have it your way. I suppose we just have to see if I'm able to do this at all. Yep, they keep grumbling. And I keep them moving. So one is over here, and that one is over here. If this one is connected to Vitrar, then maybe I have a chance here. I kinda have to do this. Oh boy. Losing morale pretty fast here. But there's not much I can do about it at this point. The Comitatus has seen better days. In fact, your commas are in a pretty foul mood. With 3 morale, perhaps you can still turn things around. Pretty low chance to persuade them. Let's see. Maybe this is gonna be the end of our travels here. Failed. You can't for the life of you change the mood. Worse, you only annoy people by trying. Something ought to go wrong. The trusted commerce of yours informs you that some of the cargo has been stolen. It is not too far-fetched to assume that the bad mood and general poor morale is to blame for such a lowly deed. Either a cowardly act of revenge or a desperate one to make a profit on the side. No matter how hard you search for it, the stolen goods are never found. Scrap metal and mushrooms. Well, it's not too bad. Okay, one more step. That's gonna be up here, right? Yeah, looks like it. Scouts report seeing signs of an encampment among the dunes. It is poorly hidden, Vagrus. They either trust the place to be avoided due to the quicksand in all directions, or they don't give a damn. The scout who returned after seeing the camp from afar reports. The relatively flat terrain makes approach easier, but may also make it easier for the Comitatus to be spotted. Oh. If I had just one more movement, I could send scouts. Oh, wait. What if I camp here and try tomorrow? Yeah. This is bad. The Comitatus's morale is dangerously close to being irreversibly broken, and you are quickly losing your chance to turn this around. The crew is constantly arguing with each other, and a lot of them have no qualms with going against your will either. It gets so bad that if you can't calm everyone down, they will simply leave, dissolving the Comitatus, or worse, dispose of you by violent means. Let's see, last chance. Narrow success. You managed to do the unthinkable with a mixture of charm, threats, persuasion, and outright lies. The people calm down and do not want to oust you any longer. Your position as a Vagrus is safe, for now at least. Okay, can I not interact with the node I'm on currently? Yeah, this would put me back. Okay, let's see. Supplies are running very low. Let's see. Final round. Okay, resourcefulness doesn't seem to do too much here. Success. Finally something nice. Having been instructed on approach angles and how far to go, your scouts disappear into the dunes and return in half an hour. They successfully circumnavigated the camp, counted the tents, and assessed the defenses. The camp has all sorts of folks, Vagrus, mostly armed slaves and outlaws. It is certainly one of the camps we're looking for. A large man with sandy hair seems to be in command, currently enjoying a meal and the company of several slave women. The camp is unawares, far as I can tell. For how long though, can't say. Cedarius looks at you impatiently. Time to decide what to do. Again, if I had more outriders, I could flank the camp. Unfortunately, I don't have those. Armed and ready for battle, your fighting crew approached among the dunes, accompanied by the Sargorodite contingent led by Sedarius. You are halfway to the encampment when a shrill war cry rings out, and a large group of armed men charge you. In a matter of moments, a fierce melee is underway. The enemy seems to be a ragtag band of outlaws and liberated slaves, but they put up quite a fight. There's no time for elaborate strategies, yet your orders will surely decide the fate of many today. Okay, we have Savvy to help us here. No guard captain. And no marauder prime. Ouch. And failed another test. Lost even more fighters and workers. And an outrider. As Koveas, the escaped gladiator and leader of this encampment, enters the fray with his most trusted men, your people start to fall left and right. There's no chance he can turn the tide now, but he could still cause a lot of damage, so you and your companions regroup immediately to deal with the outlaw chieftain. Sedarius emerges out of the melee and leaps at your side. You attack Koveas and his escort. Oh, and now I don't get the Sargorodites. Real nice of you, game. Let's see, how dangerous are you? Crowd pleaser. Weak attack with a lot of flourish, yet a celebrating crowd easily gives the gladiator a second wind. Okay, so if it hits, he gains power for a round. That's not nice. An armor-piercing stab. A taunt. And a debuff. Okay. Well, at least everyone's healed up fully. How about I hit Sedarius with an Inspire? Little nice. Extra blocks and resists. Okay. How about starting with you? Okay. And now I need to move you back here. Oh, come on. Okay, that's still a net positive. Okay, do I kick you back? I think I'm gonna kick you back. And of course I have no armor piercing of my own. He resisted hypnosis. Well, that's a problem. I'm gonna keep you occupied. Oh. You barely resisted it. Yeah, that armor-piercing stab is really doing a number here. Ah, finally something good. Ouch. Let's debuff you. Move you forward a little bit. Move you here. Alright, almost there. And of course we always get the crit when we don't need it. Okay, let's move forward a little bit. Like so. Ooh, that hurt. Oh, and I need 3 aid. 3 resourcefulness for aid. I wasn't even considering that. Well, we won, but at what cost? The battle is over and your crew is victorious. Blood pools in the sand and the death rattles of dying men and women fills the dunes. Koveas is among the wounded. It seems he would live if given care. However, his chances of survival start to look less and less rosy when Cetarius grabs him by the neck and drags him aside to execute him. He doesn't even protest in his weakened and defeated state. Well, we can do nothing but let him kill Koveas. Cetarius raises the greatsword over his head. Koveas the coward, I hereby sentence you to death in the name of the Empire, the Triumvirate, and His Eternal Majesty, Valens Evaris, for the crimes of being an escaped slave, for killing Imperial citizens, and for joining the abolitionists. Koveas draws, but the steel blade falls, and his head falls with it. Cetarius walks away unceremoniously to tend to his wounds, your crew watching with fear and revulsion in their eyes. Later, you have your scouts preserve the head in a jar. In the meantime, your crew binds the few enemy survivors. This abolitionist camp has been eliminated and your business here is concluded. You loot the camp and get ready to leave. You got some obsidian, sword. Well, it's at this point that I'm gonna toss the bogweed in favor of some extra supplies. Okay. Supplies, scrap metal, obsidian, sword, bogweed. Trophy, medical supplies. Oh, plus 3 slaves. That offsets a little bit the workforce. And 10 insight. Everyone trudges back to the Comitatus, and you give the order. The wasteland awaits you. But for how long is the question? It looks like I don't even have enough fighters to be defended. Let's see. I have to hit retry here and sell as much as I can in order to pay the crew, I think, to make them stop grumbling. Buy a few fighters. Yeah, just enough workforce here with the slaves. And I have no outriders left. Unfortunate. Oh, and now there's a very, very low chance of succeeding here. No amount of charm, threats, persuasion, or lies help you this time. It does not matter what the crew is fed up with. What matters is that they believe that you are responsible for it. Whether they leave you behind and choose another leader, or channel their frustration into violence, is also of little consequence. The important thing is that your career as a Vagrus is over.
No, wait. That's not how it went. I apologize, good master. My memory is not what it used to be.
Oh, but I'm sure it is. So, yeah, this was quite an adventure. The game did warn us that it's going to be extremely difficult, and now you could see that it was every bit true. I think I lost the game the moment I went south instead of north, and then I couldn't hit the oasis in time, and everything just spiraled down from there. Still, I had a good run, and maybe sometime later, when I have more experience as a Vagrus, I can revisit this scenario, and maybe if I write down how many fighters and outriders I need, things might turn out different, with substantially fewer losses, but that's not gonna be for at least a long while. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this story. If you want, do try it out yourself. This prologue is free, and I guess I'm going to see you in my playthrough of the main story. Until then, safe travels, Vagrus.